Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. Lots of outfits, classes, and much more great stuff today. Just a brief overview of what we got. 12 new subclasses in one. This one here, the Dragon Knight here, very popular. Mutant Powers for fans of X-Men. We get the Blade of Radiance Rogue subclass, the Psion from Unearched Arcana, the Way of the Hurricane Heavy Weapons Monk, and we got some cool new Skirbie outfits and much more to explore. Now first, some exciting news. So I released a subclass mod, the Way of the Pizza Chef Monk, last week, and Larian Studios actually used it in their stream playthrough, and they posted about it on their Instagram and Facebook, talking about using my mod. And you can see here, they were laughing and crying at laughing how funny this mod was. So I encourage you to go download and install the Way of the Pizza Chef Monk, because I really want to get this on console for players there. So yeah, this is one I released last week, but on top of this, we got a new subclass for every single class in the game here. And you can see the Way of the Friar here. This is from that DTO Otherworldly Archetypes by Aylin here. This is a really cool one because it adds in 12 new subclasses, somewhat akin to like when patch 8 dropped and we had all that new content. It's a new subclass for each of the classes. So we have things like the Coronet for the fighter. You can see the different icons here. I'll be doing a future video on this one because I think this is interesting. We also got the School of Bombardment. So many tools to choose from. Let's just blow them up. Kind of like an artificer type wizard. There's also the Seeker Rogue here, and the Dream Domain Cleric, the Circle of Wrath Druid, College of Stormcalling Bard, the Wretched Soul Sorcerer, Path of the Revenant Barbarian, the Psyker Warlock, and then the Oath of Illumination Paladin, Dawn Strider Ranger, and the Way of the Fire Monk. This is not all. They're also releasing a part 2 of Might of Magic, a codex of new tactics, meta magic, and reaction-based teamwork to diversify your tactics and make combat more lethal. So this is definitely one to keep your eye on. Next up, we got the Dragon Knight class here by Buddy Dragon. This is a cool one because I'm personally a fan of any type of like Paladin-esque types of classes. And this is kind of what this is like. You get the different Draconic Smites depending on which Dragon Lord you go with here. So you get like a lightning version, a poison version, acid version, you name it. They all come with different abilities here. Like the poison subclass comes with a toxic coating here, which lets you do a bonus action, apply poison, which can poison the enemy. Others have different things like giving yourself resistance to a damage type, and the coordinated attack, which can give a teammate an advantage on an attack roll. The Red Dragonborn gets additional bonuses to their attack rolls here because fire damage is a little bit weaker than the others. The Ice one here can give some temporary health and apply advantage for their next attack. So yeah, this is another video or another subclass mod that I think is awesome and worth checking out. They have the full progression table listed here. The Draco Binding does scale up as you can continue past levels 5 and 11, similar to how cantrips are going to be scaling. So yeah, I will probably be doing a future video on this one because I think this is a lot of fun. Now, Mutant Powers here by Aurelius2112 is super cool because what it does is it adds in abilities to different classes. So if you want to have this Cyclops power, you can play as a Battle Master fighter, go into your maneuvers here, and then you got things like your Optic Trip, Disarm, Push, Mark, Ricochet Blast, and Optic Explosion. And as you continue to level up, it's going to override some of the abilities you normally get and add new things to it. So basically you get these attacks here, which you can use, and the VFX look really cool on them. So Eye Blast there, yeah, awesome stuff. I'm going to do that again, so you get an idea of what this looks like. Boom! And some of them are quite powerful, so you can go ahead here with this large area of effect. I guess I'll roll a crit just because. Oh yeah, that was huge. Then we also have things like our Optic Jump here, which we can use just to blast and jump away. And that's not all. We also have Wolverine, Storm, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Psylocke, Magic, and Colossus. Here's a look at each of these classes. You'll have to read through the description to get an idea of which of the abilities is going to be under each subclass, but honestly, an amazing job. I love the concept of an X-Men themed run, and I gotta say, this is like next level amazing. The fact it's all under one hood, one single mod here. It's got all the information laid out, and it's fun to play with. I'll be doing another future video on this. I think this is an incredible mod. Now, I did download a rogue mod here to show off to you guys, but having an issue with a few of the different mods. They're overwriting each other. Unfortunately, with installing a bunch of mods, sometimes they don't pop up properly. But the Blade of Radiance here, this is a rogue subclass by Nevity here, and this is a Divine Focus rogue. There's also a multi-classing bug here too, due to toolkit limitations. I actually know the fix for that, so if the mod creator ends up watching this video, you have to actually have 2 lines. You can contact me for more information, but you need 2 lines to have multi-class yes and no in order for this to show up whenever you're going through a multi-class. Otherwise, it just overwrites or doesn't appear altogether. But so I'm guessing it probably just has a line for is multi-class no. So you can see here, if you start fresh and don't multi-class, it does have all the other ones here, but it kind of is a toolkit limitation, but it will appear if you're not multi-class, and just a heads up on that one. But it's a wisdom-based rogue. You get some bonus abilities here. You get divine points, which lets you do bonus action melee attacks, and you get a bonus to attack equal to your wisdom modifier. You get the Sanctified Champion here, which blesses your weapon, and you do get some cleric spells as you continue to increase in level. Pretty cool mod. Blade of Radiance Rogue Archetype. And we also got the Psion Unearched Arcana 2025 by Pete RXY. Now, I previously covered some different Psion mods. It's a very popular class from the Unearched Arcana there. So it comes with the Telekinetic Fling here, doing force damage, minor illusion, Telekinetic Propel, Telekinetic Connection here. This can either push or pull an enemy or give you advantage on your next ability check or attack roll. Fury Fire Command, Dissonant Whispers, Sleep, and Magic Armor. You cannot be silenced. One of the cool features of this class, you cast them with your mind. You also get, when you cast Mage Hand, a Spectral Hand is invisible and permanent, similar to some of the Githyanki and the Mage Hand Legerdemain from the Arcane Trickster Rogue. And you also get the Psionic Power, which is the energy die using to fuel these. You also get to pick some of the different Psionic disciplines here. These are different buffs to augment how your character plays. And then it has 4 different subclasses here with the Metamorph, the Psi-Kinetic, the Psi-Warper, and the Telepath. Now, I've done videos in the past with the Psion, so I might do one on this one as well, because it does have some, it's actually a very well done mod, so yeah, we'll check this out in the future, the Psion from Unearthed Arcana 2025. Now, we also got a really cool monk here, the Way of the Hurricane, a heavy weapons monk. Now, again, one of the mods I have installed is blocking all the other ones from appearing, so unfortunately I can't fully showcase this, but I will in the future when I remove some other mods. It's not my mod interacting, but it's one of the previous ones. Basically, this is a heavy weapons-focused monk, so you can use things like glaives, great axes, great swords, halberds, mauls, and pikes as monk weapons, opening up some very cool gameplay. And when you're using one of these heavy weapons, you are not likely to fall prone and or become restrained. So it's nice, the abilities to be a bit more mobile and get in there. This is another mod that's ported from a homebrew of Laser Llama and readapted into Baldur's Gate 3. I really love what the Wailing Bard here is doing with this, and this is definitely one worth checking out. Full level 20 support too, as per usual with their mods. And I'll likely do a future video on this one because I love monks and heavy weapons. So Skirbie dropped a new equipment mod here with the Arcane Witch Progressive Equipment set, and I love Skirbie's mods here. So this is the outfit that I have on my character. There's the wrist bracelets and witch heels here. You also get this staff, which comes with progressive abilities. I love how they handle it, which you can see here. Got some very cool looking icons, and they're mostly force and focus on arcane abilities of debuffing and buffing. You also get teleportation and a bunch of other stuff. Like some of Skirbie's other mods, these weapons make them feel like their own unique classes, which I think is amazing. It comes with all these benefits that you can see here. Now, there's also the Arcane Witch dress, which also comes with different abilities, increasing your armor class. And there's 3 different body types. I'm using just the regular one here. There's also a queen and a princess body type, which enlarges the body type. I won't showcase those because last time I did, I got some very mean messages, but you can imagine the look similar to what you see in this picture here. You can look through theirs for more. And the VFX for the weapons look really cool too. So there's a nice psychic blast. We also got the arcane bolt here. So yeah, you can shoot these. Boom! Looks amazing. Love it. So another great mod by Skirbie. And if you want a helmet to go alongside it, the Infernal Coronet Lava Forge Crown here by Barry Semifreddo. It's perfect for that. And you may have noticed that I had this on my character this whole time with these cool looking lava streaks going through it. Now there's one that does come with Scorching Ray and immunity to fire damage. You also then have, sorry, my game just crashed there. You do have non-glowing versions as well. I can't target over that one, it makes my game glitch. Having some weird UI related issues, but comes in a really cool bag here with the icon on it. And I gotta say, this looks awesome for your next fire-based class. You can go with this and it'll look awesome. Also, the non-magma parts are dyeable there, so if you want to make it look blue, you can do that too. So, very cool stuff. Next up, we got the ZXY FleshForge Body Selector Plantigrade here by Akelka. I just did a video yesterday on Akelka's Dragonborn mods. You can now play and have Karlach and Astarion be Dragonborns. What this one does is it adds in some more customization options for their FleshForge. I will be doing another video in the future going over their Dragonborn mods because they put out so much great stuff here. But in a nutshell, what this does is it adds in some new body type variations just for the FleshForge versions of their bodies. And this is the Digigrade version, so the ones with the animalistic legs. So you can see here the different options, kind of similar to some of their previous mods here, but with a different body type. You can actually get a Dragonborn with the Astarion ritual on their back, kind of cool stuff. And the metal details, similar to Karlach, also spiky spines and a bunch of other stuff, great stuff. So again, if you're a Dragonborn fan, you got to download all of the Kelka's mods. Seriously great stuff. Next up, we got Arachnophobia Mod, no spiders, only sheep. This is by Paprika. I love this because this is just accessibility for people that don't want to see gross things like Drider Man. You can now see Sheep Man. So yeah, this is just, I love mods like this. Just do small changes like this. Even if you don't hate spiders, maybe you just want to see more sheep, this is the way to do it. So yeah, Arachnophobia Mode. We also got the lightning-themed gear set, Voltaic Vestements by J. Radicus. So here's what the full kit looks like. It's the passive benefits that you get, like an additional reaction when you're not wearing armor or holding a shield, advantage on holding concentrations, you get a watery spell. A lot of these have different benefits like that fit for a lightning-based caster. The Tempest Veil here has the benefits as you see there. This one's cool. Whenever you deal lightning damage, you must control your power risk overloading, so you can end up exploding, and the Unleash instability here makes you take damage. It's kind of cool concept. The Voltaic Fist, gain 2 lightning charge when doing lightning damage with a spell or an attack, +2 to your spellcasting modifier, +2 to attack rolls. Yeah, overall, really fun not really a class, but it feels somewhat like it defines a class into a lightning caster. Kind of powerful, but hey, it also has the Marka Heshker lightning ability here, which I think is a really fun one because you get chain lightning. And the funny thing is, if you're playing as a sorcerer, you can twin that chain lightning, which is absolutely absurd. And then there's also rings here, which gives you lightning charges. And you can also, when reactivating Call Lightning, it will grant you action surge for the remainder of your turn. Pretty cool, so you can continually do things like chain lightning, or Call Lightning. Really cool class mod, definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of lightning. Now we also got here the Laufy Ironshield's Warhorn by 4Kira. This is really cool and a repurposement of the horn that you get from Lump, which I'm sure many of us have forgotten to use in our playthroughs. So this now gives a horn that'll bolster your allies, making them not get afraid. I love yeah, something about that is really cool. And then this gives them the Rallied, you're not afraid, immune to frightened, and fearful. So yeah, you can buff the team up with this one here. Another amazing mod by 4Kira. And next up, we got the Flesh to Stone Gold Leave Combat Midas and Medusa by Lootbug-Gear. This is cool. It's a sub-mod of their Flesh to Stone Leave Combat reward. Basically, you get the Midas Touch, and you're going to just turn this touch and turn someone into gold, and then they get the Midas Touch, and then they use the Midas Touch, and it's a melee spell attack, sorry to commercials here, to turn them into gold, and then you need to succeed 2 attacks consecutively to turn them into gold, and they can make a Constitution save to break free from it. And basically, this is to try and end combat by turning everyone into gold, and everyone else is trying to turn each other into gold. And there's also the Medusa version. Any humanoids or beasts within 5 meters can see the head of the creature having the curse, and if they see that creature, they'll do a con save or be petrified for 5 turns. Petrified creatures can make a save each turn to break free. If they fail all 5, they'll be petrified into a full stone. So a pretty cool way to play through the game if you want a bit of extra challenge and fun. So definitely worth checking out. They also have another mod, Flesh to Stone Leave Combat Reward XP on Nexus mods you can also check out. Now this is awesome. The Poesielibre Spellbound Sisters Head Duo mod here by Poesielibre, which adds in 2 new heads here. You got the Narcissus head, and this is what this ends up looking like here. And then you also got the Marian head here as well. So some unique new appearances for the game. I think it's nice to have some more options in Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, you can check these 2 head mods out here with the Spellbound Sisters. And they're available for human, drow, elf, half-elf, and tiefling. So the eyelash textures are from their Lash Bar resource. So Poesielibre is doing amazing things for the different types of cosmetic mods out there. And we also got, this is a cool one, the Ring of Viciousness Critical Ring. Basically increase your critical hit chance by 1, because there's no ring for that. It's a small, but a nice mod, honestly, by Chiz Freak here. So rare ring in Act 2, basically increasing your critical hit chance, simple and balanced. Great for crit fishing builds and sold by Lantarv in Act 2, standard stock, pretty cool. Next up we got, I like this one, the Aylin Always Summons Moonlight Slivers. Basically what this does is whenever you go to fight Lorroakan, if you were to side with him for whatever unholy reason you want to do that, she'll call down the might of these 3 Aasimar to fight alongside. So yeah, this will now do it even if you don't side with him and you just go to fight him, you'll now have these on your side. It's so badass, and this is definitely worth checking out because yeah, having them in the fight is some cool stuff. So another thing, they also give them unique appearances too, so pretty cool stuff. And next up, we got the Wrongway Pure Paladin by Wrongway Fell Down. So this adds 12 new pieces of item that's going to enhance your experience as a Paladin in the game. So you got things like the Guidance Axe there, the Gallant Bow, Genteel Drum, Golden Torch, looking like the Blood of Lathander there as a weapon. Knight's Helm, it has a bunch of different debuffs, like this one has the Gloves of Bliggering Skies, Thunderous Conversion on it, Bolterous Smite. Whenever you apply a condition within your smites, you get temporary health equal to your Charisma modifier, +2 AC for a helmet. So it is on the strong end of things, so if you're looking for some gear to kind of complement your Paladin, this is a mod to try out. Now, this is a funny one, the Varang-inspired head by Tom Tumware. I was trying to get this one to work for I did a cosmetic mod video earlier this week, or I covered 50 different cosmetic mods. that I really enjoy. This one's great for Avatar fans. It unfortunately doesn't show up for me, but I still want to highlight this one here if you can get this working for you. I just have so many cosmetic mods that sometimes they overwrite each other, but this one doesn't require some other things to get working. Just want to highlight this here. We also got the Brand Yourself by Bugburger McGee. So whenever you go to the Goblin Camp, you can choose to get branded, and you don't always do, but you can pick this up here and now apply it to any of your teammates. It'll give them the brand of the absolute. So just another way to do it if you accidentally were to off gut for some reason. So yeah, she also will not let you get branded unless you take it that first moment there. Speaking of gut, Priestess Gut going to knock you out by what's on the flip. So this basically makes it so that if you're playing as an elf who normally can't get put to sleep and she tries to put you to sleep, you'll now get put to sleep. So yeah, before and after you go night-night nap time. Small change, but might be for someone out there. And last one, Till Death Do Us Part. I didn't have time to test this one because it does require you to do a lot, but from my understanding of this mod here by Stan, this is basically if you're to play honor mode and you romance a character and they die, then your run's over. Cool concept from what I'm gathering from this. It's kind of vague in what it says, but yeah, this is obviously a lot to test and I wasn't able to share it. I just wanted to talk about it at the end because I think that's a cool concept. So yeah, another jam-packed week full of amazing mods. Let me know which of these is your favorite in the comments. Go download The Way of the Pizza Chef Monk, trying to get that on console again. Hope you guys all have an amazing day and we'll catch you all in the next video.